Hi, I'm Penny. Welcome to this yin yoga session to relieve upper back tension and shoulder tension. All you need is a block or a bolster to sit on. A blanket is nice, and the strap. The strap isn't necessary, it just helps. So go ahead and stack your spine, stack your shoulders over the top of your hips. Close your eyes. You can leave your hands open or your fingers in Gaya Mudra. So take a breath in and exhale. Take a breath in and exhale. And you want to come up with an uplifted intention for your practice. Something you want to solve. Something that's been like sitting on your shoulders, a responsibility that you've been having to deal with. So close your eyes. Envision your shoulders relaxing and come up with that uplifted intention. Take a breath in and exhale. Breathe in again and exhale. If you're sitting on a bolster, go ahead and remove that. And we have Miss Hannigan here helping us with our session today. She just had surgery on her tooth, so she's kind of needy today, but we're going to start with Sphinx pose. So go ahead and lay down on your mat, face down, legs out behind you. I'm just going to prop mine on the dog, but you can straighten yours out if you don't have a dog there. Take your hands right in front and push your shoulders up, back, and down. So your legs would normally be straight. I'm just propping mine because of my furry animal Hannigan here. Close your eyes. If you want, you can even let your head hang for the Sphinx. I'm going to leave my head up for this. That's completely up to you. So, yeah, just imagine my legs are straight. All right, so take a breath in. Take a breath out. Go ahead and come out of this Sphinx pose by pushing your way out and come into a child's pose. Bring your hands out in front. And take a breath in and exhale. Our next pose is going to be a heart opening point. It's called a heart melt. So you're just going to come into your hands and knees. Some people will know this as puppy pose. And come forward with your hands, bringing your chest up, stacking your hips as close to over your knees as possible, and your chin, forehead down to the floor. And breathe. Now, if this isn't comfortable, go back to that child's pose. This opens up your chest. If you are comfortable and you have the range of motion, you can always take your blocks and use your hands on top of those to get more of an opening in your chest. That's an option. Most people are just fine leaving their hands on the floor. Pull your abdominals in slightly, and your feet can be about hip distance apart. I am sharing the mat, of course, with Hannigan, and Hannigan had a surgery last week, so she's feeling a little needy. She broke a tooth. So take a breath in and exhale. If this using blocks is a little much, which it can be, just bring your arms down and don't use the blocks. You can even bring your hands into kind of a bent knee position if that makes it more comfortable, or even put your head on your forehead for this pose. If your knees are uncomfortable, place a blanket underneath your knees or a towel. And Hannigan is using my blanket, so this position is really great for anxiety and shoulder pain. So take a breath in, take a breath out, focus on your uplifted intention, whatever's been bothering you, whatever's been causing your stress in your shoulders. Exhale, just letting everything go. Push yourself out of this pose slowly back into your tabletop cat-cow position. Kind of shake your arms out a little bit. Do a couple of cat-cows to kind of loosen up your back. And our next pose is going to be thread the needle. We're going to start with the right hand. So push your left hand into the floor. Take your right arm up into the air. And as you exhale, bring your head down to the floor and your right hand into an up position with your hand facing up in the ceiling. And you can push your left hand into the floor to kind of get more of a twist, or you can take that hand behind you. And breathe. This is a really nice twist, great for digestion. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes. Take a breath in. This is a really nice stretch for your shoulders. The twist is great for your digestion. Be gentle with yourself, whichever position you choose with your arms, whether you wrap your arms or place them on the floor. And breathe. Now, I give breathing cues, but your breath is your own individual. What you want to do is just take breaths naturally and slowly when you're doing yin yoga. So just breath in and exhale. Breathe in again. Instead of pushing on this floor on the left arm, you can always even extend that left arm. And take a long breath in. Long, slow breath out. Take your left hand into the floor. Push into the floor and open that right arm back up. And then just kind of shake your out a little bit, your arms out a little bit. Move your knees around. This would be a good time to get a blanket under your knees for the other side if they're sore. Take your left arm up into the air and press your left arm underneath your body. Bring your head down to the floor, your left ear down to the floor. And you can push into that right side with your right hand. You can wrap your right hand behind you. This opens up the shoulder just a little bit. It is more advanced. And you're just going to hold this really nice position. Like I said before, if you want that right arm extended, it's a really nice shoulder opener and stretch for this right side of the body. So it's just up to you. Be gentle with yourself. Come back to your uplifted intention, your intention of letting go of the stress and the problems that are sitting on your shoulders so that you can relax them a little bit. So as you're doing this nice twist, just imagine the stresses of the day going away. We carry a lot of tension in our shoulders just by what we do every day, but also the fact that we take on a lot of responsibilities that put a weight on our shoulders. So just imagine your shoulders just melting into the floor. And breathe. Take a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. Go ahead and take that right hand and push into the floor and come back up into your tabletop position. Come into hero's pose and roll your shoulders around, up, back, and down. And raise your shoulders to your ears and come back down. Now, if you have a block, you can take your block and set it underneath your shoulders, or you can sit in a cross-legged position. So I'm going to sit in a supported hero, which is actually just sitting on top of this block. And eagle pose is next. So take your right arm and go, and your left arm in front, and take your right arm underneath your left arm and come into a prayer position. Now, the hands will try and meet. They may not meet. And you might need to just give yourself a hug, which is actually kind of nice in this pose. So this is Eagle, Garudasana. Your hands, you focus on kind of getting these palms and fingers together. If that doesn't happen, that's okay. So bring your elbows up for just a little bit. Bring your shoulders down and bring your hands down. And pull your abdominals in. I'm going to show you what this looks like from the side. So this is Garudasana, eagle pose, just using the arms, because we can use that with the legs too, but right now we are just focusing on upper body tension. If sitting in this hero's pose is not comfortable, sit in any cross-legged pose that is comfortable, because we're just going to be here for just a little bit. And if when you cross your arms and they don't seem to meet, like I said, you can give yourself a hug. You can also take the strap, put it in your right hand, and then hold it here. And then you won't be straining, because you don't want to be straining your arms, so you can hold the strap instead of straining yourself to get into a position. And just breathe into this position. Now take a long breath in. Long, slow breath out. And see what arm is on top. This is my left arm on top. Just see which arm you have on top. My right arm's on the bottom. And just shake that out. So we're going to do the opposite side now. So if you were in hero's pose and you weren't comfortable, go ahead and switch your legs now, so you don't want to be super uncomfortable. I'm going to stay in hero's pose. So take your right arm over the top of your left. So we're just going to do the opposite side that we did before. And like I said, you can give yourself a hug if that works better for this Garudasana, eagle pose. Bring your elbows up into the air, shrug your shoulders down, and then just get comfortable in this. And just sit. Take a breath in and exhale. And focus on your uplifted intention of releasing shoulder stress, letting go of things that don't serve you. Imagine all of the stress of the day, of the shoulders, just melting away. Take a nice breath in and exhale. Breathe in again. And exhale. Now go ahead and unravel your hands, unwrap your arms. Roll out your shoulders, roll out your neck, move your head to the right, to the left, and roll your shoulders up and down and up and down. And our next is going to be supported fish. And supported fish can be done with a bolster if you choose, or with blocks. I am going to be doing it with blocks. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do supported fish. So take your legs, if you were sitting in hero's pose, go ahead and take them and just shake them out, since they were, maybe even massage your legs a little bit, bound up for a while. Stack your blocks so they're in a T position. They can be flat on the lowest, or they can be on the lowest and a higher one. It's up to you. There's a couple of ways to do this. So with your supported fish, just go ahead and come back and put your head on the top of this block, and then just drop your arms. And you can leave your knees bent and your feet can be out to the side. And you can also take a bolster underneath your knees, and this can be really relaxing. Just straighten your legs, put your legs, and that can be really nice. If you don't have a bolster, it's perfectly fine to leave your legs bent, knees together in this restorative position, or just straighten out your legs. There's one more advanced one you can do in this supported fish, and that would be to take these blocks up to a higher level. And I'll show you what that looks like. So that's going to be completely up to you if you want these on a higher level. And just let your head sit on these blocks. Let your shoulders open, and then you can even put your feet together and your knees out to the side, letting your knees open up. And this is Supta Kadasana. I'm saying it wrong, but I apologize for that. Supakata. So close your eyes. Let your chest just open. And you can close your eyes in this position. And just breathe. So whichever choice you choose in supported fish, that's great. Pick a position that you like and just stay with that. Supported fish is great for opening up the chest, relaxing the shoulders. It's a very good restorative pose. Just take a breath in and exhale. Imagine your shoulders just relaxing into the ground, opening up the front part of your chest. And be gentle with yourself. If anything feels like it's straining, it's fine to be on a lower level. There's no reward for being all the way up in these higher on the blocks. You can get a huge restorative relaxation from just being on the low level of the block. So don't do anything that feels like it's straining anything. And I'm going to bring my knees back together so you can see what a really basic fish would look like. And take a long breath in. Long, slow breath out. If you were on blocks, or if you were laying on your bolster, and I'm going to show you what that looks like for the next time you want to do the video. What a supported fish would look like using the bolster. It would just be, your bolster would be on the floor. You would leave your head on the bolster. Your legs could be either straight or knees could be bent. And you would just open up your chest. And that's a really nice chest opener when you just use the bolster. So that would look like this. And you can do supported fish with blocks or the bolster. But whether you're going to use a bolster or a block, let's go ahead and take our bolster to the side. And if you would like, you can take your bolster underneath your knees for your final Shavasana. And go ahead and lay back on the floor. Close your eyes. Leave your palms open to the sky. Focus on your breath. Take a breath in and exhale. When you take a breath in the next time, imagine all of that oxygen going to your feet, relaxing your calves. All that oxygen going down into your legs, relaxing your legs, your quads, your hamstrings. Take a breath in and imagine your legs becoming like jelly, just relaxing into the floor. When you exhale, imagine all of that stress just going away. Breathe in. As you exhale, imagine your hips relaxing, all that tension going away. Your stomach relaxing. Relax your hands, your arms. your shoulders. Relax your neck, your head, your face. Breathe in and exhale. Now, if you can stay in the Shavasana, I encourage you to stay longer. Give yourself a 10 or 15-minute Shavasana. It's very healing for the body. If you've got places to go, things to do, go ahead and roll off that bolster if you were using it onto your right side and push up into a seated position. If you have a bolster, you're welcome to sit on it. If not, you're welcome to just sit on the floor. I'm going to use the bolster. You want your knees kind of below your hips. Stack your shoulders back over your hips. Bring your spine up, head up. Hands back into Gaya Mudra if you'd like. Close your eyes. Focus back on your intention. We're going to end this yin practice for shoulder and upper back tension with the sound of peace, the sound of Om. So bring your hands into prayer. Take a breath in. Om. We'll do 2 more times. Om. And one last time. Om. Bring your thumbs to your third eye if you'd like. Hands back into prayer. Namaste. Thank you so much for participating in this yin yoga for upper back and shoulder tension, and I hope to see you again soon on the mat.